if your competitor can install a system operating at half the price and at twice the design life. Because an air conditioning system, generally a chill water system, has a design life of about 20 to 25 years. These systems, 8 years, if you push it more than that, well, you're paying for it in electricity bill. So we've got to really look at these in a very serious way. And of course, the big question by the non-technical is, what if you put in a central system, then if it breaks down, the whole place goes down. That is a rarity and sometimes nearly an impossibility, because they are now coming with multiple compressors, multiple circuits. So you see a package unit, but take for instance, this one has 4 compressors. So if one compressor goes, the other ones will carry the duty. So don't worry about this myth of, oh, if you have a central, whoa, if it breaks down, everybody goes down. No. Proper engineering design, proper selection avoids this type of calamity. And a lot of buildings, especially in New Kingston, do operate on central chill water systems. I'm not talking about new technology. I'm talking about technology that has been introduced in Jamaica, and we have deviated from that because of effective marketing on the part of the mini-split sellers. You can make hot water from your conditioning systems. Free hot water. Barber shops, beauty parlors, spas, restaurants. Wasting time, wasting money when they are heating water with electricity, when they can get free hot water from the refrigeration system. Especially in the hotel industry, of course, where hot water is a must for all persons. And of course, the generalists pay back for themselves in about 2 years. Free hot water. And the free hot water system, when you introduce them on the air conditioning unit, the air conditioning unit operates more efficiently. Roof insulation, I spoke of that. You're looking at 20 to 30% of the building cooling cost that can be effectively reduced by roof insulation. The payback period might look a little high, 4 to 5 years, but when you take into consideration the benefits from sealing the roof properly as well, which is a big benefit, then that might even, this is just payback period against energy cost. Commercial building, hotels and hospitals. Hotels with 10 rooms or more, I just go over those because I do not think that hotels are represented here in a serious way. You can talk to me afterwards on that. You can install LPG, for instance. That's gas heaters rather than electric heaters for your homes, for the businesses. Gas usage costs significantly less than electricity for water heating, right? And I know of our local suppliers that do supply gas water heaters for domestic application, okay? The payback period is generally less than 4 years, but the gas heaters, I've seen gas heaters around for 30 years, right here in Jamaica. Now, this is vitally important, and please visit your CDs and extract this information when you get them. So I'll just bring up the information first, and then I will discuss them. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to the other. I mean, the technical people around here, that's how I test it, right? Because that's the first law of thermodynamics. The first law you learn as an engineer when you're dealing with these matters. It means, therefore, that the energy that is introduced in the form of fuel can be equated to the same unit in the form of electricity, or in the form of magnetism, or in the form of lighting. We use the kilowatt hours as that measure. So if you buy a gallon of, a liter of propane, that can be equated to electricity by multiplying by 7.2. So for every liter of propane, the equivalent is about 7.2 kilowatt hours. Every liter of butane, which is sometimes the suppliers mix butane and propane and you get a nice blend. It burns blower. So one supplier might say, oh, my gas is better than yours or theirs because it burns this nice blue flame, right? And they say, oh, well, the others might say, oh, you don't need the bright blue flame. Just try to see if I can get a little brown on the tip. And because we're going to introduce a little butane in it, and the butane has a higher kilowatt hour value, as you see there. And like in the hotel industry, some folks in the industry who are keen on these things might say, I want so much percent butane and so much percent propane. Because it's the propane that avoids this blackness, this sooting on the pots relative to butane. So I'll just give you a quick shot at that. And of course, with diesel oil, again, you get more kilowatt hours, okay? But the reason why I've brought this up is because facilities should try to get an indication of their energy index. How much energy am I utilizing per unit of production or per room or per square foot? And it's vitally important that we look at things in a global basis. So the first thing I spoke about is, as far as equipment are concerned, you look at things on a systems basis. That is why I told you so many different things about air conditioning. Now we can take it to a global basis as far as the facility is concerned. Take, for instance, today electricity costs about $30 per kilowatt hour. So if we should be doing something, I went to a facility, Martha and I, and we went to a facility yesterday to look at how they utilize energy. And we saw a facility that's very impressive, nicely run, efficiently operated, but guess what happened? They utilize diesel for the boilers, electric heating for their baking process, and they do have the LPG heater right beside the electric heater, okay? That's a nice example. I must go back and take a photograph of it, right? And it's not to embarrass them, it's just to highlight the possibilities. They are utilizing electricity. Now let's look at this comparison here. $30 per kilowatt hour. The same energy. Remember, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. You can only convert it. So it's the same, right? The same energy when utilizing LPG at 80% efficiency, which means 20% goes to waste, smoke, etc., right? Will allow them to reduce their cost by 79%. So it means that they can reduce their product cost to us by 79%. But no, I think they're going to say, no, let me put that in the profit kitty, right? The fact is that these are some of the realities. So they're paying 5 times more for energy use to do the same thing with the LPG equipment right beside the electrical heating equipment. They're paying 5 times more because they were not aware of that relationship, that the energy scenario does not change. The type of energy use can be changed, and this is where an energy audit or your own analysis will put you in the mode where, you know, so if you, for instance, go back to your plant, you can convert your diesel use, your LPG use, your electricity use to 1 unit and say this process requires so many kilowatt hours based on so much diesel I use. But it's complicated otherwise. A liter of diesel is different from a liter of LPG, and it costs different. But if you convert them to kilowatt hours, you cost same. Okay? So here we have a presentation of what a gas heater can look like